Let's sing some Mac Miller because it's been 3 years since his passing.
I don't want to disrespect him like that.
No, just let's sing Small Worlds. The world's so small, till it ain't. Till it ain't, till it ain't, till it ain't. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
She hate it when I call, and it's late, and it's late, and it's late. I don't want to keep you waiting. I hope I never keep you waiting.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Mac Miller.
God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit.
You're fucking high!
You peed on my rug.
I'm Miss Walker.
It's impossible. Don't you ever step.
Why? Hey, Mom! We get some meatloaf! Sweet! What about mine?
Dude, what does mine say?
Sweet! The show goes on!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to brocgardnervstheworld. My name is Broc Gardner. I'm here with my co-host, pretty much. What's your name?
Tysen Gasper.
Yeah, Tyson Gasper. One of the most handsome, actually, literally won People's Magazine's Most Handsome Man of the Year. Is that who does that?
Yeah.
He won Sexiest Man of the Year.
Sexiest man of the year.
3 years in a row, actually. In 94? Was it 94?
94
Up
through
against
97.
Brad Pitt in 94, dude.
I took it from Leonardo DiCaprio 1 year too.
Oh yeah, in 08. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a stacked
I'm
lineup,
I'm
too.
like a 7-time champ right now. at this
Honestly,
point.
like crazy, dude. Ladies hit him up. All his, I'm probably gonna start linking his credentials down in the description because some of the I get DMs constantly like, where can I find Tyson Gasper's freaking Snap? And I'm like, dude, I can't just give it out. Which leads me to my first topic. I met a celebrity this week. Did you know this?
I didn't hear
this?
I didn't hear about this at all.
You
so
see this? You
I'm
hear about
interested.
this? Yeah. So there was this girl in my class, and I was like, she's really cute. So I saw this girl at the orientation first, and I was like, man, she's really cute. Like, I should go talk to her. But then she left before I could go talk to her, and so I never saw her. And then she came into this class and she sat down next to me, and I was like, whoa, like she's so cute. So I do like the classic. I'm like, yo, can I borrow a pen? Like seriously, like straight out of like a John Hughes 80s film. I'm like, yo, can I borrow a pen? I got to write something. She's like, sure. And then she gives me her pen and I like touch her hand. I'm like, thanks. I was feeling like so sick at that point. I was feeling pretty bad. Hey.
You definitely was.
And so I like write my name on the thing and I'm like, I like pass it back. I'm like, thanks. And she's like, yeah, of course. And then like, you know, a little bit of just a little banter here and there.
Small talk.
And I was like, oh, I got to get this chick's number. And so I'm like, stop laughing. Why are you laughing, dude?
Because I know what celebrity you're talking about now.
I'm like, I got to get this chick's number. She's so cute. And like, I want to talk to her. And so I'm like, hey, can I get your number? And she says, oh, sorry, I don't give that out. And no, it's not funny. And I was like, she said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't give that out. And I'm like, oh, what movie were you in? And she's like, what? And I'm like, what film were you in?
What did you do to become this popular?
Literally.
Why are you acting like a celebrity?
What's your album name? What's your album
What's
called?
your album? What movie were you in? Were you on Disney Channel?
Oh, were you on that one Disney show?
Yeah, Disney show. You were the one with Jake Paul, huh?
Oh, that's how I know you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No wonder you don't give your number out, bro.
I wonder how many Snapchat notifications she has.
Billions.
Oh my god, I swear. She probably
1,000 unopened.
Yeah, she
snaps.
probably like responds to dudes' comments in her comments, giving them her snap.
Yeah.
And then like doesn't ever respond to them.
2K followers on Insta. Never replies to DMs. I'm guilty of that too. There's some DMs I don't reply to. Some of you guys are creeps.
I'll just leave them on. Oh wait, I guess yours are different though. But I'll just leave them on
Mine are
red.
different.
Or I'll just straight delete it from my thing, so I just don't have the notification.
You want to know what's God tier?
What?
When I change my account to a business account, you can unread messages.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll read a message and then I'll swipe and unread it.
Damn.
And it will just stay in my DMs.
Oh wait, I think I knew about that actually.
Yeah, it's kind of sick. I wish pretty much everything had that. I wish I could open snaps and then unopen them. Put them back in the box, back in the safe.
Back in the safe.
Yeah, but so I met a celebrity, and it was kind of crazy because like I didn't know who she was, but she must have been like a really big deal.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know if I ever showed you a picture. Did you recognize her from any?
I don't think you showed me a picture
upcoming
of her.
films.
You didn't show me a picture of her, so.
Oh, maybe if I showed you, you would recognize her.
Yeah, probably.
From like the new Marvel freaking Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, new like
it's coming out. She's the new Bond girl in the new Bond. I think is what her credentials were.
I heard she was gonna be in some Disney show where she's like a nanny in like New York City.
A nanny
takes care.
It's Debbie Ryan.
It's Debbie Ryan 2.0. Jessie.
She's
like taking care of some family that's like
Gosh.
super rich, and they have a little like Komodo dragon.
All right, this is getting too specific. But yeah, no, that legit happened. I really asked the girl for a number, and she said she doesn't give it out. Looks like it's cool if you don't want to give me your phone number.
That's just,
I would understand. Like, I don't really understand because I'm beautiful and I'm pretty. And, like, I have the funnest personality. Like, if you're hanging out with me, like, not trying to brag, obviously. You know, we keep it humble on the podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like we keep it pretty humble.
Yeah.
But, like, I am that guy.
He is that guy.
And so, like, I honestly feel bad for, like, when they diss me.
Yeah.
Like, when people, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for you because you could have had that.
Exactly.
Like, I just feel bad for people. But,
exactly. Like, she's just missing out.
like, honestly, but it's like, what was I talking about? I understand, like, if she doesn't want to give me a number, that's cool. Like, I'm not going to go, like, ballistic.
Uh-huh.
But just like I feel like that was the weirdest way to shut me down. Is that not a weird way to shut somebody down?
She had to be lying. She either was
well,
lying.
yeah, 1,000%.
You should ask.
She doesn't just not give her number out.
You don't ask her. You don't ask for girls' Snapchats.
No.
I was gonna say because a lot of girls now think it's weird to text on through their messages, like just through their number.
Really?
So like they're just like, oh, Snapchat. Like I told you, I deleted Snapchat and didn't have it all summer, and then I re-downloaded it because I figured that's the only way people were gonna communicate down here.
Nah, I'm gonna change it. You know
You're
what I
gonna
was really thinking
flip it
about?
back?
I was really thinking about in my bed last night. I was thinking about this. So there's a cute, I can say this because there's no way she listens to this podcast. There's a cute girl that lives in our building. Is that Cam going off again?
Yeah.
Dude, our roommate Cam just literally plays video games and
Did you hear him last night?
So funny.
Dude, he was being so loud last night. I
Really?
literally couldn't fall asleep. I was so annoyed.
I put my noise canceling earbuds in.
I can't sleep
There
with
hasn't been
earbuds in.
one night since I've been here that I haven't slept with an AirPod in.
Really?
Yeah, truthfully.
I can't do that. It's uncomfortable for me.
We live
And
right next to the freeway, dude.
I can't hear that. My bed's also not
What?
right next to the window like yours is.
I sleep with my head. Dude, we're right next to the freeway. I literally can't sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Unless
don't-
I have an AirPod in.
I don't hear it at all.
You're lying. There's literally no way.
I have a fan.
You're
though.
like 5 feet away from me.
I have a fan.
Yeah, maybe
so
I should
it's
get
like
a fan.
White noise.
Maybe I should. But
You
I
should.
like to listen to stuff, and so like, I don't know. AirPod is just the best thing for me
Okay.
because then it cancels everything out.
Girl in the apartment.
Yeah. So so what I was getting at is I can say this because there's no way she listens to this podcast. There's a girl that lives in our building that I talked to at this one event, and so we know each other's names, and we've seen each other a couple times, but we're always in the hot tub when we see her.
Yeah.
So I've established some sort of relationship, and I'm like, every time I see her, I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's like, I'm good. How are you doing? I'm like, I'm amazing.
It's a mutual thing.
It's a mutual thing. Goes back and forth.
I guarantee if you didn't say anything, she would ask how you were doing.
You think so?
Oh, for sure.
So that's the kind of relationship I have with this girl in our building. But I really want to like get to know her, maybe take her out, you know? And so I was thinking in my bed, like, what's like, I want to do something like super strange.
What?
Not like, no, but like, let me rephrase that. I want to do something like out of the norm.
Okay.
And like set myself apart. Like maybe just start doing this. Like this is my thing. So here was what I was thinking, dude. Just go full on like 80s relationship. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Let me expand.
Okay.
Full on 80s relationship. So we've talked a couple times, said like, you know, just in passing, like, hey, how's it going? Mm-hmm. So we know of each other. We've established that. So next thing I'm going to do is go knock on her door. No, just hear me out. Go knock on her door and be like, hey, like, do you want to go like do something, like go on a date, like maybe like set something up at her door in person on the front stoop.
Are you actually going to do this?
I might, dude. On the stoop, front step, like, yo, this is me. You want to go do something sometime? If she says no, obviously that's the end of that. But if she says yes, then we plan something out. Maybe I get her number possibly. But here's the thing with the number. I won't text her.
Just gonna ghost.
No, I'll call.
Oh, okay.
Full 80s relationship, dude.
Okay, I see
And
it.
we only interact when we interact. None of this snapping with blank faces. None of this just boring, like, monotonous texting all day. Like, people be like, oh, every, like, what? How often do you text a girl? I don't text, like, that many girls. What's, like, the rate of exchange texting-wise?
Few times every hour.
Few times every hour. Yeah, so it's like...
But it's all pointless, just...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I want to skip all that and just be like, all right, I have your phone number. If, like, I'll call you up and be like, yo, what are you doing later? And then we go do something.
Smart.
Zero, like, I feel like that's a lot more simple. And maybe that'll
Definitely
freak
is.
her out a little bit. And maybe she'll be like, that's kind of sick, but it's pretty weird, but it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you test the theory. I'm going to test it out, dude.
Try it out.
I'm going to try it out. Let me know if that would work.
Yes.
My women viewers, let me know in the comments if that would be like weird or if that would be better than, because I don't want to ever be the guy that's like, yo, can I get your snap?
Can I get your snap, girl? Like,
And then it's like,
kind of weird.
it's like everybody does that. Everybody does that with everybody. That doesn't set you apart at all.
Yeah.
So I want to do something completely different that's like, not like creepy weird, but it's like, oh, this guy's like on a different level, like on a different plane.
On a different wavelength.
For real.
That's what... I don't want to just... With this, that one girl I was telling you about, I don't want
Yeah.
to just like walk up to her like, hey, can I like get your number?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to engage in that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also don't want to just DM her on Instagram because I feel like that's 10 times worse.
It 100% is.
So
Old Broc would have DM'd whoever, whenever, if I had met him, if I had talked to him before, I would DM anybody and be like, what's your snap? But like, that's just the worst way to go, I think.
that's a
It's so stupid.
immature type thing to do.
Yeah, it's like now that I'm 18, I'm such a big,
In
strong
college.
adult in college, living on my own. I'm starting to realize like, all right, when you're in high school, you like snap or whatever, like just dumb stuff. Like that's for kids, bro.
Yeah.
The only reason I have Snapchat is to promote the podcast because I have to post on there every day.
Yeah.
Kind of the same with Instagram, but like most of my social media is just for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like you don't see Broc posting about the Mets picture on their Instagram story. Everything I post is about the podcast.
Yeah.
But why was I saying that? So yeah, you realize that like when you're getting older, it's like you don't want to play that game anymore. Is that, would you say you are relating to that experience?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. I think there's a lot of immature kids still in
Yeah.
college, even ones that are older than us that are like early 20s. They just haven't matured in that aspect of, oh, they don't need something other. They need Snapchat to communicate with people. They can't have
Yeah.
actual conversations. They don't know how to just have a conversation when you need to have a conversation instead of just pointless conversation.
Exactly.
Or conversation when it's just blank snaps. Like,
And people might think that's like rude. People might think that's rude or inconsiderate to be like, oh, I don't want to waste my time talking to you. But I'm like, it's not necessarily like a waste of time, but it's just like, what are we trying to achieve? Just like
Exactly.
constantly communicating. Like if I have something to say, I'll call you or maybe text you.
My ideal situation with a girl would be maybe like good morning text, obviously. Maybe like a checkup like once or twice during the day.
Yeah.
And then just like not really any communication at all. Either we hang out at night and talk about our days, or we FaceTime at night if we can't hang out and talk about our days. And that'll
Yeah.
be fine.
I mean, yeah, that's like kind of, because that's like what old relationships were.
Pretty much, yeah.
What did you do before Snap and before messaging? Like, say in the 90s, truly, in the 90s, what did you do relationship-wise?
I mean, not in the 90s, but before Snapchat.
Why not in the
they-
90s?
They had MySpace.
MySpace, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Imagine you're texting a girl through LinkedIn. You have to email a girl.
Yeah, email. Oh. No, but like, so let's say like a 90s
What a
relationship,
time.
you just call them. be like, hey, Stacy, what are you doing this Friday? She'd be like, oh, nothing. You'd be like, you want to hang out? Yeah,
Go to
pick me
the
up at 8.
roller rink.
Let's go to the roller rink. Let's go see the new freaking Jurassic Park.
Drive-in movie.
Yeah,
some
dude.
real 80s type stuff.
Yeah,
right
bro.
there. Bring her
And
to
it's like-
Iceberg.
And it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then you go and you hang out, and guess what?
Everything's so much better than it could have been.
Yeah, because guess what?
You got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. That's where my mind's at right now.
I don't want to just meet up with someone, already talk about our whole day over
Exactly.
text and not have anything to say.
That's where I'm at right now. It's like, what do you, because like there's been times where like I text girls like constantly throughout the day and stuff, and then we like go to hang out, and it's like, okay, like now what do I talk to you about? Because we already talked about all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I gonna be like, so what about the thing that we talked about earlier? She's like, oh yeah, that thing. It's like, yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, like that. And I'm never gonna ask questions like that. That's horrible.
You just got to kind of figure it out on your own. It's
Yeah.
really just what you put your energy into. Like if you're just trying to put energy into pointless conversations, then you need to kind of just reevaluate your life.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think about this theory of like not necessarily minimal communication, but just like,
Minimized communication.
I mean, that's the exact same thing.
Not really.
What's the difference between minimal and minimized?
I mean, okay, that's never. I thought you said something else. I thought you
No.
said something else.
So-
I'm not stupid. I promise. I made it to college somehow. I already know it's gonna be a TikTok clip.
Yeah, this is already going on TikTok. What I'm talking about is only communicating when you have something to say.
Okay.
And I feel like that applies to more than just like dating and relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
That applies to everything. Dude, this truly, I was thinking about this today in class. The majority of you need to just shut up. Honestly. Like, I'm just like,
Nicest way to put it.
yeah, like seriously, you guys just need to be like quiet down because most people have nothing important to say.
Yeah.
Like there's kids in my classes that will just start, they just say stuff because they like to hear themselves talk. And I already know what you're thinking. Broc, you have a podcast. What makes you have the right? Bro, you're choosing to listen to this. If you're watching this, it is on your own merit.
It's for your
I
entertainment.
love you, and I'm so glad. Like, I just feel like I have a funny personality, and the stuff I say, I'm trying to be, like, entertaining with it. And so I put it out there for you guys. But, like...
His platform of creativity. His
yeah,
form
bro.
of creativity.
This is me. This is my life. I come on here, I talk about my life, and I try and do it in a funny way so where people can relate and be like, oh, yeah. But, like, there's kids in my classes that just blurt out stuff.
That makes no sense.
That
Doesn't
makes
even
no
relate
sense.
to the
Or just,
answer.
like, tries to, like, make everyone think they're the bomb.
Those are the pick me kids.
Yeah, they're pick-me kids. Exactly.
So annoying.
Like, you gotta learn to just shut up until you have something to say.
yeah, exactly.
That's something I'm very good at. Other than this podcast, I rarely speak.
That's a fact.
In like public settings,
Yeah, he never talks.
I don't talk. I listen to people.
Just sit there and observe, really.
Literally, like, I'm serious. Like, outside of this room, when I'm in, unless it's just like me and Tyson, but like if we're like in a social setting, I just kind of like listen to people, and that's where all my content comes from. So I observe the world as I see it, and then I come here and I shoot it at you guys through my lens.
Like there's been nights that we'll be in the hot tub and like girls or just people will show up and I'll just like introduce myself
Yeah.
to him, like ask him, just because I'm trying to meet people, and he'll just sit there and not even say his name.
Nah.
And they're like, "What's your name?" And he's like, he just looks away, and I'm like,
That was one
Why
time,
you
and I
being
didn't
so
know they were
odd?
talking to me.
I was like, "Why are you being so awkward?"
I wouldn't say I'm
bro?
awkward. Would you say I'm awkward?
You definitely aren't. Just that situation, it looked like you were just
Well, that
like,
one time, yeah.
uncomfortable talking, and you were just looked really awkward, and I started laughing.
I was focused on trying to leave, and those kids were trying to talk to me. I was like, bro, I gotta
Yeah.
go back to my room.
That was I think they were talking to us that time when we were leaving,
Yeah.
because I definitely wasn't gonna bring it up right as we were literally standing up to leave.
So like, but with me is like I don't really talk unless people ask me specifically,
Exactly.
because I have had such bad experiences with people where they just feel like everyone's trying to like pick their brain constantly. It's like, no, a lot of the time people just don't care what you say.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I take that like to the next level. Like,
It's all pointless conversation, really. They
Exactly.
don't care. Like you're not gonna ever. There's a good chance you won't see him again. If you do see him again, they're not gonna remember what you said. So,
exactly. So like, it's tough for me to care, but like, whatever. I'm trying to adjust, and I'm trying to become more social and more pleasant to hang out with.
I guess it's really just trying to spark a connection that you can further, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I often wonder, like, when people meet me in real life and I say I have a podcast, like, what goes through their heads?
Yeah, because you're really quiet.
Yeah, because they're like, what the
What does he do on his podcast?
But then you watch it and it's like me, and they're like, oh, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
he's actually hilarious and very good with words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that was what, 20 minutes of the first freaking, what was supposed to just be an intro.
Essentially,
Thanks
yeah.
guys for supporting us. Dude, our TikTok clip going viral.
Yeah, it's
your boy stays going viral over here.
I
Me
say
and
it's gonna
T-Bone.
be. I say it's gonna be over 15K by the time we're done with this.
You think so? That would be crazy.
That would actually be insane.
Yeah, that would be.
What if we look at it and it's at like 40K and we're like,
I wish.
40K.
Go follow the TikTok at Broc Gardner. We post a lot of clips. Like, I think I post one a day. I should be posting more, but one a day seems to be working just fine.
that's a good amount of content because you get a podcast on Wednesdays or Thursdays,
Yeah.
whichever you're done with, and then pretty much clips from the
Yeah.
podcast every day until
Exactly,
the next
yeah.
one comes out.
And I'm gonna start making YouTube videos, I think.
That'd be cool.
So it'll probably be like movie reviews, or I want to do something like maybe with history, because I'm just like fascinated with, like, maybe just find cool like historical stories and just like convey them to people.
That'd
Be like
cool.
a history teacher, because I just dig that stuff, dude.
History teacher on YouTube.
Like some of the stuff I'm reading out of the Sapiens book about like how man evolved. Like I'm just fascinated by it, and I love talking about it. So maybe I could do like videos like that, or I don't know. I don't want to be a YouTuber where it's like, oh, it's me in the vlog. Oh, I'm doing a vlog. I'm doing a freaking.
That'd be sick.
I don't want to point out anybody, but
I want to be a Twitch streamer. That'd be sick.
Dude, you could use any of this stuff. I have Twitch streaming stuff.
I know. But I don't think I'd be entertaining or funny at all.
Yeah, Twitch is tough, bro.
Twitch is tough.
Podcasting's way easier.
It definitely is.
That's why I do it. Anyways, so that was me meeting a celebrity.
Yeah.
I really wish I would have gotten her name, but she shut me down too fast before I could get it. Yeah. So you might see her on the new Bond, on the new James Bond film.
Keep a lookout for Disney. Any Disney movies.
Look out for the new movie Beating a Dead Horse, starring this joke. So we're gonna go on to our next segment, Tyson's pickup lines. Woo!
Which
So
one's
the clip.
applause?
Oh yeah, wait. Tyson's pickup lines. How did I get that on the first try? I had no idea that was the applause button. I just totally guessed. Let's go, dude.
That's great.
Welcome to Tyson's pickup lines. The TikTok clip that's blowing up right now is of Tyson's pickup line from last week. What was the pickup line? The iron deficiency pickup line. And
Yeah.
the tag was like how to pick up chicks 101, and there was a comment that was like, this isn't even a pickup line.
Yeah, and I was
I'm like, hi, welcome to the joke. Yeah.
and
it's
I was
not.
like, it's getting me chicks, buddy.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's funny.
so this is the second installment of Tyson's pickup lines, where I take something that Tyson said when we were meeting girls that I found irreverent.
I wonder what this one's good. Because you have a list.
This week on Tyson's pickup lines, we were hot tubbing the other night with these two girls. Oh, and I may as well just add this part in there. So there was these two chicks that me and Tyson went hot tubbing. Well, we didn't go hot tubbing with them. They were in the hot tub. Most of the time when we go hot tubbing, it's because Tyson walks in and walks past the hot tub and sees hot girls. And he's like, we got to go down there.
I was like,
and so we go.
Okay, that's not every time. Majority of we go every night, but if we'll push it back a little, or we'll push it forward a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes we make haste. Sometimes we make haste to the hot tub.
Yeah.
So we go to the hot tub and there's these two girls, and right off the bat, I didn't find them familiar. Didn't recognize them. Mm-hmm. And we were like talking to them for probably like a solid 10 minutes,
something like that.
and then they were like, they said their names, and then they said where they were from, and so that like clicked in my brain. I'm like, oh bro, I think I know these girls. So I was like, yo, what's your guys' last names? And they said their last names, and I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely like know these two people. I followed them, used to follow them on Instagram, like, and I'm 100% certain we've like communicated via Snapchat, like we were talking about earlier. The freaking, immature.
Yeah.
We were communicating on Snap.
You said it was in like 8th grade.
Yeah, like 8th or No, it'd have to be in middle school.
Yeah.
Because I had a girlfriend from freshman year to like sophomore year, and then all that stuff went down the drain. So it was like from 7th to 8th grade when I talked to these girls. But you know, your boy remembers stuff like that, man. And so I was like, yeah, I know you guys. And they're like, who the F are you? Like, like I expected them to know me too. Like, oh, I'm Broc. Like,
They're like, yeah, we don't remember you. And I was like,
yeah, it was one of the more awkward times in my life.
yeah.
But then Tyson fixed it all by doing something way more awkward. And so do you not remember what this is?
No, I don't. I remember talking about shoes with them, but I don't remember what else.
Was it these girls or was it different girls?
It might have been.
It was these ones because James was there.
What did I say?
So I'll tell you. So we're hot tubbing with these girls, and we're like, "What are you guys majoring in? What are you guys going into?" And this one girl goes, "Oh, I'm going into education." Oh, now you know, huh?
Yeah.
So Tyson goes, "Oh, what grade are you planning on teaching?"
Oh no.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm planning on teaching the 3rd grade."
I was like,
Tyson, what'd you say?
I was like, about that.
Oh yeah, Tyson's like, "Oh, so this is what happened." She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and teach the 3rd grade." Tyson goes, "Oh."
I was like, oh.
Everyone's like, "Wait, what? What, Tyson?" Tyson's like, "My 3rd grade teacher, never mind." We're like, "What?" The girls are like, "What, Tyson? Like, what are you trying to say?" And Tyson's like, "My 3rd grade teacher used to touch kids." And so I'm like, "What are you talking about?" My eyes literally went like this. I was like, "What, dude? I cannot believe you just said that to this girl."
Yeah.
And James is over in the corner. He's like, "Oh, but you won't do that. You'll be really good at 3rd grade teaching." And then, so James is trying to save, bro. James comes in with the save. Tyson comes back at him, dude, and does this. Yeah, she was really weird. She used to make us write letters to her kids using the play Cats. Have you guys ever seen the play Cats? And I'm like so lost, dude. I like have my freaking map out. Like, I'm like, where are we, dude? What is that one thing, MapQuest? I was on MapQuest, like, where the F are we in this conversation? Why are we talking about Cats the Play to these two beautiful girls that we just barely met 5 minutes ago? Truly, I did not understand. And Tyson's like, "Yeah, have you ever seen the movie The Play Cats?" I'm like, "Yeah, those things are kind of creepy." He's like, "Yeah, they're way creepy. It kind of sucks. But honestly, like, some of the songs aren't that bad." Yeah. And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, okay." He's like, "Yeah, some of the songs aren't that bad. I actually listened to the Cats soundtrack a month ago because of the lawsuit." And I lost it, dude. At that point, I lost it.
Everybody was laughing at that point, bro.
We were like, "What lawsuit?" And he's like, "The teacher." And that was the kicker. And we were dying. I was in such awe that that we met these beautiful girls, and 5 minutes later, we were talking about how your 3rd grade teacher diddled kids, and also the horrific play Cats. Like, what is more? Like, if you listed it out and you were like, "Here are the top 2 things that would turn a woman off." Faster than anything, dude.
Telling him my 3rd grade teacher touched kids, and then also talking about the cat or the place. Dude, I was literally crying. My stomach started hurting. I just got my ab workout in for the day.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But what was even funnier was when we were talking about it like 4 days later in here, and James was just crying laughing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I wanted to have him on here to talk about it, but
he wanted to come on.
He went to work,
He said just text him when he was...
No, he got called to go work at Red Rock again.
Oh, okay.
So, he just barely left. But anyways, okay. Yeah, so that was Tyson's pickup lines for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed.
They were gorgeous, but they also had boyfriends.
Yeah, so it was kind of awkward. Me and Tyson were single men, and we were talking to 2 girls that had boyfriends. Wasn't that kind of like a weird thing? Yeah. It was interesting, because most of the time you're like trying to like woo them.
Yeah, speak game,
but we were just like...
Oh, I asked them for their snaps too before I knew they both had boyfriends. Holy crap, that made it even more awkward.
Wait, why? Wait, explain.
Because I was like, I knew one of them had a boyfriend because they said it. And I was like, you guys got Snap? And I was like, well, not you because you have a boyfriend. And the other one was like, well, I got a boyfriend too. And I was like,
Oh, I knew she had a boyfriend too.
I didn't know that.
I should have told you.
I was like,
That's my bad.
well, never mind.
That's my bad, Tyson.
I don't know why I asked for Snap too. Why'd you let me do that?
We need to start asking for numbers, I'm telling you.
Okay. That's my social goal for the week.
What was the other thing, dude?
What other thing?
When we were in the hot tub, that one, every single story on this pod, we should literally just call this like the hot tub podcast because every single story comes from the hot tub.
Essentially, yeah.
But we were in the hot tub and these chicks came and Tyson, well, they were walking to their room and Tyson was talking to, what did you say? You said something funny to them too, I thought.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
not.
The one that came back and asked for my...
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, they came back and asked Tyson for his Snap and they were bad, bro.
Oh no! It definitely it got awkward because like I didn't know when the conversation was gonna end.
Yeah. So it was like kind of a pause. This is what I remember. It was like kind of a pause. You like asked them where they were from and stuff, and it was kind of a pause. And you were like, "I'm from Idaho, so it's pretty weird," or something like that. And I just thought that was funny.
I was like, oh,
so
where are you
Tyson.
from? And I was like, oh no. I was like, I hate saying this. I was like, I'm from Idaho. Like it's kind of weird there. And then they just went quiet, and I went quiet. And then they just left.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that was like a L.
Was painfully awkward.
But then they came back and they're like, can we get your Snapchat? We think you're so cute.
Yeah, and like, oh.
I'm like, whoa, Tyson, chill out, bud.
You know,
I want to make something very clear on this week's show. I have nothing against these people.
Okay, for sure.
I have nothing against these people. I am all for
oh no.
Inclusivity. Inclusion. I'm all for, I just love everybody. So when I say this, there's no shade to any group of people. But I am not a homosexual. And I just want to make that very clear. I'm not gay.
Why is this coming up?
So I started working at Swig.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys know what Swig is. If you're in the Utah area, you might know. You probably do. I started working at Swig, and I'm the only dude that works at this Swig.
Full of girls.
It's me and a bunch of chicks. Did I know that beforehand? No. I knew that it was like mostly dominated by women and gay men, which, now that I might need to rethink a lot of stuff about my life. But anyways, I went in knowing that it was dominated by like mostly women, but I'm literally the only guy that works there. But that doesn't really matter. So there's another chick from my town that might be watching this podcast or this clip, whatever. And she also works there. Has been working there for a while. And I was working the other night with these girls, and they were like asking me a bunch of questions. They'd listened to the podcast like on the Swig speakers, like 4 episodes or something.
Oh, wow.
The night before when they were working. And so they were asking me all these questions about like stuff I said, which gets really dangerous because if you know me,
you say whatever you want to say.
I say a lot of stuff. And so they were just asking me all these questions, and then they asked this one question that was just completely came out of the woodwork. They were like, "Hey, we actually have another question." I'm like, "What's up? Like, ask me anything." They're like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "No." Like, where did you hear that? They're like, "Oh, so and so told us that you were." And I was like,
so-and-so
oh.
knows who so-and-so is, too.
Yeah, you know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but it's the girl that was from my hometown. Like, we went to high school together. I talked to her once. She's, like, chill or whatever. And I was like, no, dude. Like, I'm not gay. I'm not gay, dude. And they were like, okay, well, so-and-so told us you were. And, like, we didn't think you were gay, but, like, she told us you were. We were like, we hired this kid named Broc from Enterprise. And she's like, Broc Gardner? And we were like, yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah, he's gay. Like, just definitively said I was gay. Like, I don't know where that's coming from. So, guys, comment. Leave a comment. Like, I don't even know what I was going to ask him to comment. Never mind.
Ignore that.
I literally don't even know what I was going to ask.
You got to cut that out.
Just kidding. I was going to say, like, drop something that I need to change about myself that, like, is gay, I guess.
It might be the necklace and the unbuttoned shirts.
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Anyways,
It's so hot in here with the lights, dude.
dude, I think the AC stopped working
I'm
again.
gonna piss in my pants, I think. On set.
It is really hot. Karens.
You have some Karen stories. I want to hear
Oh
yours
my
because we kind of just said it
gosh.
in passing and we didn't really get to talk about it, but we'll get to that in a sec. I want to introduce this topic. Karens are, if you guys don't know, and I hate using the term Karen, but it's the general term, so I'm gonna use it just for comprehension's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Karen is a middle-aged, I don't want to say white woman who is middle to upper middle class, right? Suburban, religious, most likely.
Yep.
Has a couple kids, but I would say that their kids racist. Their kids are ages
8 to 12.
Yeah, something like, I was gonna say like more like 4 to 12.
Okay, yeah,
but
4 to
never
12.
in the teens for some reason. Do you ever feel like they're never in the teens?
Yeah, their kids are the oldest maybe could be 13, and that's
what I was thinking. Is
it's
that
always
weird that we
it's
had
always
that same thought?
It's always a boy too, and he gets embarrassed when his mom acts like it. And he's like, "Mom,
spiky
stop!
hair.
Mom, stop!" Yeah.
Or the pompadour or whatever that was.
Or he has a perm.
Did you ever have a pompadour?
No.
Liar.
I had a faux hawk.
No way.
No cap. 'Cause my hair
Can
wasn't.
you give me a picture of that?
No.
I want that to be your contact picture.
I don't think I have any pictures of
Dang it, dude.
I have some pretty good baby pictures though.
That's so funny. But anyways. So Karen is like a middle-aged white woman that has like younger kids and is like, my theory on Karens is that like they usually have like a husband that is pretty well off. And so they legitimately have zero worries in the world.
They have no point. They're basically useless.
They're just existing and they don't have really anything to do. I guess they're like a mom or whatever, but they even like
Trophy wife.
Like trophy wife. But like the real Karens are like
Satan.
they're like having their kids babysat. So they're not even like a mom. They have like a maid and like a nanny, like stuff like that. And so they really don't have anything to worry about. And so my theory is that since they have nothing to worry about, they have to create their own struggles. And so that's why you get all these white women coming into freaking Starbucks throwing coffee on people. We'll get into that. And so I work at Swig, as I mentioned earlier, and I've been having good experiences. Like there hasn't been too many bad ones. And this wasn't even that bad, but it kind of pissed me off. So there was this lady, and she came through the drive-thru, and I was taking her order, and we're out of like 16-ounce lids. And so the whole day I've been like, people have been ordering 16-ounce stuff. I'd be like, yeah, you can get that, but there's no lids. So you can either get it with no lid or just do the 24-ounce.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they'd be like, oh, let's go with the 24-ounce. Or, okay, we don't need a lid. It's fine. Like 9, it was either of those situations. Mm-hmm. And so this chick rolls up and I say the same thing to her. She wants 16-ounce stuff for her kids. I'm like, yo, we don't got lids for those. Do you want just a 24? Or do you think they like aren't going to spill all over your car? And she's like, can we just like charge me for the 16-ounce but put it in a 24? And I'm like, I don't think so, but I'll go ask. I didn't even say it like that. I'm like, maybe. Like, I don't know. Let me go ask my manager. Like, I was super pleasant, bro. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like leaving to go ask my manager, literally, to try and like cater to this woman. And this is what she says as I'm walking away. Well, it's not really my fault that you guys are out of stuff, so I feel like you can accommodate me. Oh, dude.
Yikes.
Welcome to the awards, bro. Yeah, dude. Exactly. That's what was going through my head. You just won an Emmy for the worst thing you could have said at that moment award. You could have stopped talking. You could have been like, all right, thanks. And then, stop talking. And I would have come back out and I wouldn't have had a chip on my shoulder. But since you said that, the boy had his chip on his shoulder. And I know that's not good in the service industry, but, sue me.
Basically, he elbowed her in the side of the head.
Basically, you idiot.
I was like, I'm getting under that, and it smoked it right into my face.
Basically, I gave her the old Hulk Hogan, just popped her, dude. Nah, I'm playing. But so she said that, and so your boy got his chip on his shoulder, and I went to my manager. I'm like, yo, this chick's like kind of pissed off at me. She's wondering if we can put the 16 ounce in a 24 cup and charge her for the 16. And, you know, it sounds reasonable enough to do. But my manager was like, nah, we can't do that. Like, we're not supposed to. So I was like, all right, bet. So I go out back to the lady, and I'm like, yo, sorry, like, we can't do that. My manager said we're not supposed to do that. And so she goes, okay, well, I'll just be going to the next swig because that's just ridiculous. And I'm like, all right, see ya. And I walked away.
Have a good day.
I didn't say that. I just said, all right, see ya. And then walked away. And she drove off, dude. And you know what? It really upset me, but not as much as it would have normally. I'm really zen now.
Yeah.
I'm more zen than I used to be.
I hate people like that so much.
But it's just like, and I guess like, I mean, we could have done it. We should have. I don't know why we can't, but that's just the thing. And it's not our fault that we're out of stuff and then we can't do that. This is so boring too. But it's just like people like that overreaction.
Yeah.
Is never, ever, ever, ever necessary in any case.
Exactly. There's no point.
In any case, there's no reason to just be like a total tool about it. Mm-hmm. Especially because the 24 ounce is like 50 cents more. And like, listen, I know the economy's bad. I know people are out of work, but she was driving like a pretty nice car.
She's sitting on money.
She's doing pretty well. All right? She could spare $1 more.
For her 2 kids.
For her 2 children.
To have their Diet Cokes.
And like, dude, it's just wild.
Gosh. That's horrible.
I mean, but it's whatever, dude. I love everyone. I'm Christ-like. I love everyone. Trying to work on that. I don't despise anybody for what they say or do to me.
Maybe she was having a bad day.
Yeah, maybe she was just having a bad day. But still, you know, yeah. I've never been like that to anybody, no matter how bad my day's been. But
yeah, same.
You know, we're not here to brag, dude. This is the Humble Podcast. This is the Humble Hot Tub. Exactly. This is the Humble Hot Tub Podcast.
The Humble Hot Tub Podcast.
Dude, that's such a sick name.
We got to just set everything up outside now.
That would be
Hot Tub Podcast.
Anyways. Write that down.
Write that one down.
So yeah, that's Karen's. So you used to work at Starbucks.
Yeah. So in Idaho, I worked at a Starbucks, and let me tell you, those are the worst possible people ever.
Yeah. Give me some stories.
Ever.
I need some anecdotes, bro.
Okay, so
I'm so excited.
First couple days,
yeah.
I always had my go-to excuse whenever I was dealing with one is, oh, I'm sorry, it's my first day, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I worked at Sonic for 2 years, and towards the like end of my career working there, I would still say that.
Yeah, because they have no proof unless they've been there before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they've been there before, they're not going to act like that because they understand how it works. Anyways, I was on the drive-through window, and if you don't understand how Starbucks works, you have someone on bar, or you have cold bar, which is like frappuccinos, stuff like that. Hot bar, which is like hot drinks, and then you have someone on CS, which is just cleaning, basically stocking, making sure everybody's okay. Have somebody on front, checking orders for front, obviously, and then you have DTO, which is taking orders on drive-through. That's all you're worried about is taking orders on drive-through on the screen. You have window, which is you're sitting in the window talking to people.
Yeah,
and that's what I was doing pretty much my entire 3 months there because I didn't learn how to make drinks.
Nice.
Yeah, anyways. Give this lady her drink. We read it back to her, everything.
Yeah.
Sticker was right. Gave it to her. She's like, oh, it was a cold drink.
Yeah.
I think it was like a cold chai or like a macchiato or something.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I actually wanted this hot. And she was like cool about it at first. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. I can like, if you want this, you can keep it and I can just go get that remade for you. And she's like, okay, yeah, thank you. Blah, 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 blah. Give her a straw for it. And then something just switched and she's like, I gave her the straw, got the other drink, gave it to her, and then she's like, something along the lines of me being an airhead.
What, really?
Yeah, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Have a good day. I don't make drinks.
Yeah.
I am not a part of that process
you didn't,
in any way at all.
To do with it.
I got called the airhead for it.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's what's dangerous about being the front man.
Yeah.
You have to take the blame for everything. That's like waiters and stuff. I feel bad for them.
Damn near gave her my apron and told her to get in here and learn how to make the drink herself because I guarantee she wouldn't know.
That's terrible.
I was so pissed off after that happened.
But so you made the drink, or not? You didn't make the drink, but the drink was correct after.
Yeah.
When you handed it to her, it was all good, and she then decided
to say
that you were an airhead.
Yeah.
For the previous mess up.
Yeah, that she got to keep. Also,
that's actually the strangest thing I've ever.
So Sundays we would close at 8 p.m. It was like 7:55, and this guy calls the store, and he's like, "Hey, I'm like 10 minutes away. Can you take my order right now? Like blah 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 blah. I just need coffee." And we were like, "No, we can't. Like our system's pretty much just shut off at 8.
Yeah.
Like we literally can't do it." He's like, "Oh, can you just take it right now and I'll just pay over the phone?" And we're like, "Nah, we can't take your information over the phone." Like a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of Starbucks policy. It's like 8:04. We're already closed cleaning. This dude, okay, I need to, I'll show you after, but so there's a freeway going this way. Then there's like an exit. You can go back over the freeway, and then you can take a left and it'll be the Starbucks right here. So like freeway, Starbucks. Like the drive-thru's right next to it. This dude parks his car on this side of the freeway going that way. So he's not even like on the right side of the freeway. Yeah. Stops his car, gets out, runs across both sides of the freeway, hops over a little fence, and is sitting there knocking on our drive-thru. I'm not even exaggerating this. Sitting there knocking on our drive-thru window trying to get our attention to give him a drink. And I was like,
that's insane.
And there was like me and this other girl just standing there, and like and he could see us. And we'd like looked at him and looked at each other, and we were like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
And it was like,
what do you do in that situation?
Our manager was like, just leave, like just get away from the window.
Yeah.
And she walked away, and I'm just standing there just like, what am I was like, hey, can you, I was like, hand me a rag or something, make it look like I need to go clean. She hands me a cup, and I was like,
what am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do with this? I just like turned around and walked back to the worst possible spot, because it's like half you can't see anything, but it's not that far. There's not much to do over there. Like there's like cups over there, you can do backups, but they were already done. And this other half of the view is like the back of house where I needed it to be.
Yeah.
I went to the wrong side, and I had to sit there for like a good 20 minutes. It was crazy.
Were you scared that he was gonna like try and assault you?
No, I wasn't worried about
outside?
He looked like a little B word.
Oh, that's good.
I wasn't too worried about it.
That's funny.
What else? A girl got spat on.
Spat on
in the lobby. Is that how you say it? Spit.
I don't know.
I was gonna spitted. That sounds
spitted. She spitted on me.
Yeah, that sounds weird. Yeah, one of my coworkers got saliva ejected onto them.
They got ejaculated on. What's the story about the coffee when she was flicking it in your face?
Oh,
that was the one that you were starting to tell me.
Yeah, so this was like one of the first days I'm making drinks.
Yeah.
So I make an Americano, which is literally it's 2 espresso shots and hot water. That is all that drink is. Anybody that orders those are insane.
Iced Americanos?
Disgusting.
I wanted to start drinking those.
You're weird.
That's what Crystalia drinks.
Who?
You know Crystalia?
No.
That's where that hat's from. Life Rips.
Oh, cool.
Anyways.
I get it out of the hot water tap. That is pretty hot. It is pretty hot water. I have to sleeve it and everything so I can still hold the cup. That's how hot it was.
Yeah.
Give it to her, blah, blah, blah. She walks out and then comes back in, sets it so it's like there's like a whole like counter right here, but it's like an elevated one over our espresso machines. And then a handout section like right here. Mm-hmm. She walks in, sets it right here, and I'm like in front of this espresso machine, and she takes the lid off and puts her hand and starts flicking the water at me. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is happening right now? She's like, this wasn't made right. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, it was an Americano, right? And she's like, yeah, it was. It's not hot. And I'm like,
yeah, it feels pretty hot.
Like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, this is pretty hot in my eye right now.
Yeah,
but I was like,
wild.
And my manager like saw it, and she's like, no, that's not okay. Like, you got to go. You can either take that drink or you're not getting another drink, and like basically kicked her out. And I'm just standing there like white shirt on, like covered in coffee. Now I was like, bro, what the hell just happened?
Dude, What goes through people's minds like that?
They're insane for their coffee. I swear.
There's nothing in this world that would like make me act like that.
That important.
Yeah, truly.
I mean, if my kid got bullied by another kid, that other kid is getting kicked.
I wouldn't.
But that's different.
My kid better hit him back, bro.
Yeah, I won't touch the kid. My kid will touch the kid.
I'm not fighting your battles, son.
All right.
Weenie.
Unless it's someone that's like 8'4".
8'4". How many people are 8'4" fighting children?
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming is not 8'4".
Dude, Yao Ming had to be 8'4". I'm not even kidding.
No.
There's no way.
Nobody's over 8 feet.
Dude, I'm not
Except
even
for the guy from the Guinness World Record book.
I'm not kidding. Yao Ming had to be over 8 feet tall.
Not true.
Have you seen him next to Shaq?
I haven't seen him next to anybody. I don't know
Shaq is I want to say 7'4", and he still is a good like Shaq goes to here on him.
Truly?
Not even. I'll bring up the picture and show you.
Just look up his height for real.
He was listed as 7'7", and there's no possible way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yao Ming.
We're reaching the end of the podcast, which means not as many people are listening, so we can kind of just do whatever we want. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got like a good, solid head on him.
That's what I'm saying. He's huge.
That's crazy. I thought Chinamen were short.
Yeah. Minus him. He's not a real person. He's made
Yeah,
in a
you're
lab.
right. You want to know what Yao Ming is?
Made in a lab.
He's 3 midgets. Chinese people in one
stacked on
coat.
top of each other.
That's what Yao Ming is. That's the only way that it's possible.
Yeah.
Chinese people cannot be that tall.
That's true.
There's just no possible way.
That's true.
You want to talk about? I could go get my TikTok. Stall while I go get my phone.
Okay, I mean, nobody, like you said, nobody else is really talking anymore. So a lot of these topics can be saved.
My camera's about to die as well.
Yeah. So Certified Lover Boy.
Whoops.
Certified Lover Boy came out.
It's the worst album I've ever heard.
You haven't even listened to it.
You're right. I never listened to it. Give a short review on Certified Lover Boy. Sorry.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed a majority of it. Some of the snippets were already released, which obviously artists do that. So I knew a couple of them, and I was really happy to hear those. There were a couple that I wish
were on the
album that weren't.
Yeah.
Fair Trade with Travis Scott, Knife Talk, I think, with 21 Savage. Way Too Sexy with Future.
Way Too Sexy is
and
like
Young
the worst
Thug.
song I've ever
That
heard.
song is so fire, dude. I can listen to that and that'll just instantly pump me up.
Makes no sense.
The I Miss You Too with Kid Cudi has the Juice WRLD intro.
Juice WRLD.
He was basically just talking about at the end of life you're gonna or when your quest is complete, you're just gonna lay down one night to go to sleep and just never wake up again.
That's heavy, bro.
It was sad. It was from his Montreality interview. It was pretty good. No
Have you ever heard Sicko Mode? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, Lil Peep's my favorite artist, so of course I've heard Sicko Mode.
Yeah, honestly, same. Lil Peep's really good in that song.
He really was.
The party never ends.
Where are you?
What is that?
And I'm so sorry. I cannot
You wanna
sleep.
kiss?
I cannot dream tonight. I need somebody and always. That was my favorite song. That's like one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, me too.
Same with like old Panic at the Disco.
Oh yeah.
Panic at the Disco's
I
fire.
chime in.
I chimed in.
Sing it
People ever
softer.
heard of
Closing the
gosh darn door.
no. So I saw, I've been on TikTok recently. Have you guys heard about TikTok? I don't know if you heard about the TikTok. Lots of kids are using it nowadays. I actually saw a thing that was like TikTok passed more hours watched than YouTube
Really?
in recent,
Like all time or
No,
in
I
like
don't think
a
all time,
year?
like in the past however many.
Okay, I was gonna say there's no
And
way.
it might have been
all
with
time.
Android users too, so literal psychopaths.
AI.
Yeah, AI.
Oh no, we're gonna get flamed. I can't afford an iPhone.
Actually, Android is a month better than iPhone because there's lots of different things you can actually customize on Android, and iPhone you can't really.
This is my Beavis and Butthead impression. This is Beavis, or no, this is which one's the blonde one? Do you know?
Beavis.
This
No,
is
that's Butthead.
This is Butthead when
Wait, hold on.
somebody
Unless we're
says
just completely
Android
wrong.
users. This is
on,
Butthead when somebody says Android users
Beavis
aren't
and
as
Butthead.
good as iPhone users.
Hey.
No, that's
Android's
Beavis.
actually-
It's Beavis. It's Beavis.
Android's actually a lot. You can actually customize a lot more than iPhone. iPhone, you can't customize
Dude,
a lot.
I need to watch that movie again.
Beavis and Butthead Do
Yeah,
America.
I haven't watched that in so long. I totally
I've
forgot
never
about
seen
that.
it. I think it's on HBO. Maybe they took it off.
You've never seen Okay, you also haven't. Okay.
It's free on YouTube, actually.
Actually?
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
Anyways, so I'm on this
I
TikTok.
chimed in.
I'm on this TikTok app. I don't know if you've ever seen it or heard about it. Lots of kids are using it. And there's like this trend for some reason now where people
wait.
talk. What's up?
Keep going. I'm just chilling.
Have you seen the trend where people are like telling the story of like how their parents met? Have you seen those?
No.
So I saw one and it was like, my mom was asked out on a date and the dude didn't show up. She was alone at the table and a random guy came over and asked if he could be her date instead. After hours of talking. Oh, wait, no. Let me cut it off right there. So the story is her mom was asked out on a date. The guy didn't show up. So this other guy came over and was like, hey, can I be your date? Because she got stood up. And so they started talking for hours. If you cut it off right there, cute story, right? Pretty good, like pretty cool story. She got stood up and ended up meeting the man of her dreams.
Uh-huh.
But then it keeps going. After hours of talking, her date shows up on crutches. And she says, and he says, I'm so sorry. I was in an accident. I got here as fast as I could. But my mom said, no, I'm sorry. And that's how my parents met. That's the worst. That's the biggest L day for that guy.
That really is.
He's
Bro,
in an accident.
Gets in an accident and then gets replaced.
Imagine, dude. Put yourself in that guy's shoes. Or in his cast or whatever he's in. Gets in an accident. He's going on a date with a girl. Gets in an accident. Shows up. She's with another man. And then they go on to, get married and reproduce to have this child that made this TikTok.
That's wild.
So if you're ever having a bad day, remember that one guy got in an accident.
Exactly.
And then got his girl took.
Yep.
Son. This other screen cap I got was I don't like to hate on people. I like the podcast a lot better when we're talking about our personal experiences because it's funner and it's more personal.
Exactly.
And it's not as hateful. That I don't spread as much hate. Which I want to focus on,
Not
moving
doing.
away from that because I love to love.
Yeah.
And I hate to hate,
Exactly.
But this had me rolling, dude. Have you seen like the little poppets? You know what poppets are? So it's pretty much the dumbest thing ever. It's for brain dead people. But that's like what all like the kids are doing nowadays. Have you seen that? They all have these little poppers, these little poppets. And it's literally just like, so I don't know what the equivalent would be for us when we were kids. Like what kind of like toys did you like play with?
WWE wrestlers.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd say for me, for my generation, it was probably like, I don't know.
My generation. We're the same age.
I know. I always think you're older than me. I'm sorry. I would say like I used to play with like Ninjago, like
Yeah, no, I was never into that stuff. Did you play with Legos?
yeah, like Legos.
I didn't play with Legos.
But I don't know what the equivalent would be. I guess I thought of like kendamas. You remember kendamas? I think that is the closest thing to these because it's like kind of like this mindless toy that everybody had. Like
Or those little like plastic
universally.
games that had the ball in it and you had to get the ball in the hole.
Yeah, I
And it's
guess
like,
that's like earlier in our childhood. That's probably like so like something like that where like every kid had it. It like sweep the nation.
Yeah.
So these poppers are like the same thing as that. And people and they come in different colors and like shapes, but it's like not like kendamas. There was tricks you could do. There was tricks you could do with kendamas. We should get kendamas and do
We
something
should.
on the podcast. Those are so dope.
Get
Can
the-
we go to the toy store after this and get kendamas?
Sure.
I don't know if the toy store's still around.
We could check Walmart. They might.
They might. We'll find a kendama in this town.
We'll find one.
So, as I've said 4 times before, but I keep having to restart, kendamas, you could do tricks. Kendamas, you could show off to your friends and say, dude, look at this new thing I learned. It was a skill. And it was tough. Not everybody could do it. It was something that you had to practice and learn and struggle with and overcome. These poppets are literally just bubble. You just pop the thing back and forth, back and forth. I really don't get the point of that at all.
That's
It's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
yeah. That was
but
like
everybody has them.
That is really weird.
It takes no skill, and I think that's just like that generation, dude. Everyone thought our generation was effed.
No.
Our generation is probably the best generation that's ever been.
Our
here.
generation is probably the last good generation.
I
But
would say it's the
better.
first and the last.
Yeah.
Because our parents' generation is full of retards, and
That
same
are
with the one before that, and the one before
racist.
that. Racist, ruined the economy, baby millennials, freaking, they didn't have anything to freaking, they had no wars. They had nothing, dude.
They're just soft.
They're just soft. They call our generation soft. They have literally nothing. Oh, they grew up in the 90s.
I grew up in the 90s when all the best movies and best music and there was no wars and all that stuff was coming out.
Like,
We grew up
shut
in a
dude.
pandemic. Half of us wanted to kill ourselves.
We grew up in coronavirus.
Yeah.
We grew up in COVID, in quarantine.
We quarantined.
Nah,
How do you think that was for us?
I'm not saying our generation has anything to fight for, but
Yeah,
we are
definitely
we're a lot funnier, and we're a lot more self-aware than any other generation.
For sure.
Anyways, so this new generation is stupid, and that thing is mindless. But anyways, why I bring these poppers up is because this chick posted this video of her kid off to school, the first day of school, and this is what the kid has hooked to her backpack. I don't know if you can see. It's a rainbow giant. Like, what size would you say that is? A good 3 feet, probably.
Yeah.
Like a 3 foot long Among Us crewmate poppet hanging off of her backpack.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not what I thought it was.
What did you think it was, a dick?
That's what I thought it was.
It's not. It's an Among Us crewmate. And it's like the size of like a welcome mat hanging off the back of this chick's backpack. And that was probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
That's actually hilarious.
So I just wanted to bring that to the public's attention, that we really need to get a hold of these kids and really dig deep and freaking rein them back a little bit. Get these poppets out of here. We had lots of more stuff we could have talked about, but unfortunately, me and Tyson are gods at podcasting and talking to each other. And also, if you're still listening, and if you live in the St. George area and want to be on the podcast, hit me up at Broc on Instagram, and we might get you on if you're a regular person, and I don't think you're strange.
Yeah.
No
No weirdos.
Yeah, no weirdos on here. Normal people like me and Tyson. Be regular.
Yeah.
Be regular. That's our tagline.
That one wasn't awkward this time.
Nah.
Last time it was
The first one was so funny. Keep running up the TikToks, bro. I appreciate you guys that
sure.
listen to this and support us. Share this with your friends. Do all the things. Follow us, whatever, you know.
Post it on everything.
Yeah, bro. Post it. Share
Snapchat stories.
Share the clips on your private story. They're funny, man.
They are funny.
They bring joy
we know
to
you're
you.
laughing at them.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Deuces.